Welcome back, third graders. Today we are working on Math 3, Chapter 7, Division Effects to 5. And we're going to be looking in our book starting on page 123. And so the first thing I'd like you to do is gather your pencil, your paper, and your book. And I want you to pause this recording and read the story Cave Crawling on page 123 of your book. When you come back, we will begin some review questions. All right, go ahead and pause it now and read your story. Okay, so I'm going to assume that you have read your story and you are back. And if you think it says, what problem does the group discover after Piper injures her foot? And the problem is that Piper's water bottles have been lost and she may become very thirsty while waiting to be rescued. It says, what idea does Haley have to use math to help meet other people's needs? And she has the idea to use division to find out if the group has enough water bottles to share equally with 8 people. How would dividing the water bottles equally help meet people's needs? Well, if you said dividing the bottles equally would ensure that Piper and Haley will not run out of water while they wait for help, then you're correct. All right, let's do some review to warm up our brain. So get out your pencils and papers and get ready. All right. First, we're going to do 1 times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Good. 3 times 3. If you said 9, you're correct. 4 times 3. Right, 4 times 3 is 12. 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 1. 3, good job. All right, 3 times 4 again, 12. And 3 times 6, 18. Good job. Now that our brains are warmed up, let's direct our attention to our dots right here. As you see, we have 6 red squares. We have 2 red dots. We have 2 sets of 3 red squares. So we have 6 total. All right, and as you know, if this is an equation, we could say 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right, and that's how you get that. We could also say, use our multiplication that we know, and say that 2 times 3 equals 6. And we would also be right. Now, what about here? We have 3 sets of 4, right? We know that 3 times 4 is 12. It's the same as saying 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12, or 3 times 4 is 12. All right, here we have our sets here. We have 1 set of 2, 2 sets of 2, 3 sets of 2, 4 sets of 2, 5 sets of 2. And it says that we have 10 squares total. And if we were to divide each one of these red squares into groups of 2, we would end up with 5 groups. This is division. Division is simply the opposite of multiplication. Okay, so it says your total is 10. You have 2 in each set. You get 5 sets. All right, let's try that again. Here we have 5 red boxes in each set, and we have 6 total sets. So the total number we have is 30. And if you take 30 red boxes and you divide them up into groups of 5, you get 6 sets. So you have 6 sets of 5, which equal a total of 30. And another problem, 4. Okay, so here we have 6 sets of 4 red squares in each set. We have a total of 24 in all. So this problem is written as 24 divided by 4 sets, or 4 squares in each set, equals 6 sets. So if we had 24 red squares to share and we wanted to make them groups of 4, we would get 6 groups of 4. All right, look at this one. Here's 3 3 red blocks in each set. And we have a total of 21 blocks, okay? So if our 21 red squares, if we were to group them into groups of 3, we would come out with 7 groups, okay? Hopefully this is making sense to you. All right, let's look at a word problem. A game has marbles. Each player receives 3 marbles. How many people can play the game? All right, well, let's figure this out. We have 12 marbles. And we have everyone gets 3. So how many people can play the game? Well, let's see what our number line says. There are how many sets of blank in 12? Well, there's 12. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. Okay, so there are 4 sets of 3. So we were just using our number line to jump backwards by 3s, and we jump backwards 4 times. All right, 12 minus 3 is 9. 9 minus 3 is 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. So this shows you how to get to division by subtracting. It's just taking your sets and breaking it down. All right, Naomi has 15 buttons that she is using to make flowers on a birthday card. If she puts 5 buttons on each flower, how many flowers can Naomi make? So 15 buttons, 5 buttons in each flower. There's going to be 3 sets of 5 and 15, right? Because if you were to draw that out, that's what you would come up with. Naomi can make 3 flowers. All right. And you can see that because 15 minus 5 for the first flower, and you have 10 left over. You take those 10 and you take away 5 for your second flower. You have 5 left over. And you take your third 5, and you take your last 5, and you have 0. So if we had our flower petals here, we could sort them out each by taking 5 away each time. All right, here we have some X's. And it says total in each set and number of sets. Well, if we look here, we have 8. Well, we have 4 up there and 4 down here. And we have a total of 8. So in our 2 sets, we have 4 in this set and 4 in this set. So we have 8 X's total with 4 in each set. How many sets do we have? Well, we have 2 sets. So there are 2 sets of X's. Good job. Okay, so that is problem number 1 on page 109 and 110. So this is how you're going to do it. You're just going to look at the problems here where it says draw a box around each set, write the division equation. So you're going to do the same thing we just did here. We had our 8 X's. We separated them into 2 sets, right? We said we have 8 total. There's 4 X's in each set. That gives us 2 sets. There are 2 sets. That's all you do for problems 1 through 4 on page 109. And you do it again on page 110 on problems 1 through 4, only using circles. So of course, if you have any questions, just come see me. And then on problems 5, you're going to use your number line on both pages. All right. And you're going to do the backwards counting like we did, starting with your total number. And then on number 5, you're going to take 6 and subtract 3. And then you're going to take 3 and subtract 3 from that. Okay. And see how many sets of 3 you're going to find in a total of 6. All right. On number 5, you're going to use the numbers, the digits 2 and 8 to do that as well. And then 6 through 12, you're simply going to multiply. Now, if you have any questions whatsoever, please come to me and ask, and I'll be happy to help you. Also, you can go back and watch this video again to review that. Okay, good luck.